Hey guys, I know it's been a very long time. I can't remember the last time I've done a video. Probably 2024 when I gave the big announcement in regards to opening up the San Diego office here at Solana Beach. But I believe that's probably the last time since I've done a video. I know I really strive and I harp on the fact that I love to educate, I love to teach, and that's really why I do these videos. But for the most part, it's just myself. It's Cheyenne who runs the media team, and then I have a couple people on the side as well. But for the most part, this is why you guys come to see me. When you call, when you text, when you email, when you contact, you don't get any other person other than myself. Even during the off hours when you have an emergency or you think you have an emergency, all you're getting is me. And because of that, sometimes I leave some stuff behind, such as making these YouTube videos. So I do apologize for that. But what I want to do is get back to some of these videos, educate, and give you all the exciting news that I'm currently doing in the two locations between Tustin and Solana Beach. If you guys have followed the journey, this whole entire process from 2019 till to now, and you've seen the videos or you've come see me in practice, when you look at my photos, when you see my results, or when we do treatments together, you guys know I'm all about the all natural process. Yes, my ultimate goal is to help you look as young as you feel, and that's one of the biggest things. And when I turn 40, it's like I feel a certain way. My energy has never been better. I've never been happier in life. But outwardly, when I take some photos, why do I look this old? And I know that's just a personal thing, and we're always our harshest critic. We think we feel and look a certain way, but sometimes those photos just don't come across that way. So I've always tried to help you look as young as you feel on the inside. And I've always done treatments to enhance your natural anatomy and the way you naturally look. That's why none of my photos, none of my before and after pictures ever look overdone, ever look filtered, or change the way you actually look. Whether it's cheeks, whether it's temples, whether it's threads, it's Botox, the ultimate goal is just to make you look a little bit younger, fresher, and more awake. So I've always harped on doing the treatments appropriately, but then I've always given you natural treatments. And over the past year or so, that has really come to market. You've heard about the PRP, you've heard about the PRF, you've heard about the Easy Gel, which I'll link all these videos below. And I've been a huge proponent of these natural treatments, but we've had limited offerings. We've talked about Korea, we talked about Asia, and how their focus is more on the natural treatments, the outward glow, and the skin health and quality. Where over here in the US and the Western cultures, we're all about the quick fix. And how can we just make these instant changes to give the wow factor? We've looked at the big hair, the big breast augmentations, the butt jobs. Those are the big wow factors, but rarely have we talked about skin health and overall health in general. Now, we've heard about Rejuran, we've heard about VAMP, we've heard about PDRN, and what is this? You're talking about salmon DNA to help me rejuvenate? Those are the things that are slowly coming this way from the Eastern cultures. We want to focus on health, we want to focus on our skin, and not just plump everything to change the way we look. These are the three big things that I have been doing and continue to do. And now that the market is changing and people are understanding there's natural options, these are the big ticket items that people are really coming to see me for. You guys know I'm a national trainer, and one of the things that I nationally train on now is called Easy Gel. Easy Gel, which I'll link plenty of good videos below, is probably the most all natural out of everything that I do. And what is Easy Gel? You may have heard of PRP, you may have heard of PRF, but now Easy Gel is the highest form of that. PRP, we used to do it. Most of us don't do it anymore. It's the lowest form of all natural treatments. It just comes from our blood, and it's not completely all natural. I won't get into the nitty gritty. Check the videos that I've done below. But now what Easy Gel does is, how do we combine fillers, which are your traditional Juvederm, Restylane, Versa, with the person who wants to do something all natural? We need to replace volume, because we've learned that volume is the biggest, well, one of the biggest things when it comes to aging. When we lose our volume, everything sinks into sense. But let's just say you're a person who is completely adverse to fillers, whether it's a safety thing, whether it's the people you see on the streets, you're like, wow, I do not want to look like that person when it comes to fillers. Now you have the option. Easy Gel is completely all natural. And that's one of the few things that we can make 100% claim on when it comes to just anything medicine. It's hard for us to make 100% claim on anything. But Easy Gel only comes from you. We take out your blood, we spin it, we heat it, we cool it, we make it in a certain way where now you get 2 parts. One syringe turns into filler. It's just volume. It just fills the area that we're trying to fill. The other component is your PRF. Now, platelet-rich fibrin is the product in your blood that helps you heal and repair from wounds, from trauma, from damage. By combining all natural filler made from your blood and PRF, which stimulates collagen growth and health, you put the 2 together and now you have all natural fillers. Why do we like this? Because it fits into the category of someone who doesn't want to put anything artificial into their body. Second, when we've done collagen stimulating things in the past, Bellafill, Sculptra, we run the risk of lumps and bumps, long-term lumps and bumps. Also, we're limited on the places we can put it. Rarely will we put it around the mouth, rarely will we put it around the eyes. Anywhere where there's a lot of movement, anywhere there's thin skin, you have a high risk of lumps or bumps. Easy Gel completely eliminates all of that. So you're telling me you have this all-natural option without any of the risks, and that's where Easy Gel comes in. Since 2024, that's probably been my highest demand item is Easy Gel. It gives you that instant gratification that fillers gives you, but it takes away most, if not all, the risks when it comes to lumps and bumps and just irregularities. And more importantly, you're stimulating skin health and collagen health from deep down and over a long period of time. So you're not just plumping something, but you're getting gradual improvements, so you're gonna look younger, and better as the months go by, just like exercising. You're making these gradual improvements to make you look better. Now, what's up next? Up next is what you call PDRN, which I'm gonna link in the description below. Dr. Rajani up in the Pacific Northwest, he does a great video on explaining all this. But essentially what PDRN is, coming in Rejuran, which you guys have probably mostly heard of, Rejuran, depending on who you speak to. This is from Korea. And then the other one is VAMP. VAMP is vitamins, amino acids, minerals, and lastly the PDRN piece. So you're getting the PDRN much like the Rejuran, but you're also getting the mesotherapy or the vitamins, amino acids, and the minerals. Now, what are you trying to do with this? Because previously, Khan, you told me Easy Gel takes care of the skin health, the revitalization, and the collagen growth. But that is from deep underneath. Much like Sculptra, much like Bellafill, you're working from the inside out. You're plumping, you're volumizing, you're building collagen. But what about the superficial skin? The wrinkliness under our eyes, the wrinkliness around our perioral, our pores, our fine lines, our wrinkles, that is the upper layer of skin. So when you do fillers, when you do PDO threads, you're not addressing the upper layer of skin. Texture, color, that also defines aging. When we talked about aging in the past, we talked about volume loss, we talked about laxity, and lastly, color and texture. No matter how much you plump something, no matter how much you lift something, if the outward texture still is showing your age, then you're not getting a full completed process. And outwardly, that's what causes a lot of the damage. The sun damage, the exposure, the pollution, the blue light, all those things affect our skin. So how do we improve the pores, fine lines, texture, color, and pigment? We have to treat the upper surface. And that's where Rejuran, and VAMP come into play. You may have heard of mesotherapy. You may have heard of, you've heard of now the PDRN, the salmon DNA. So what we're doing with this is we're revitalizing epidermis, we're revitalizing upper skin, to now we're promoting the inside and the outside. And lastly, everyone's favorite, what I'm probably most known for is the PDO Threads. PDO Threads has gone through this wave where it was, when I first brought it here to San Diego, everyone's like, what do you want to do? You want to put a piece of thread into my face? To a couple years after that, everyone wanted PDO Threads because of Netflix, Instagram, TikTok. You've heard about the Kardashians. Well, I won't speak about celebrities, but celebrities influence and they show us what is the potential of what we can do. So we saw PDO Threads to lift and tighten. Then you went through this wave of this lull where everyone says like, absolutely not. Lumps, bumps, complications. and it went down again. But for me, it was always a stable process. One, because I train on it. Two, it's not the procedure that you're getting complications from, potentially, but it's the person who's doing it for you. Why does one person go somewhere else where they've done PDO threads and they get all these complications and they're in so much pain? And yet, on all my reviews and all my history, and I've even done threads in front of you guys on video, and the patient is completely comfortable. Why in other videos are people numbing for an hour? Why in other videos are people sucking on laughing gas? But in my videos, I'm having a complete normal conversation with the person who had absolutely no topical numbing. Those are the differences when it comes to just any procedure. And PDO threads, in the beginning, it was building that bridge for me, giving a kind of an all-natural treatment, because I'm not plumping everything. I'm not necessarily changing the way you look. I'm just doing what you and I naturally do in the mirror every single night. We're like, I just need this extra boost. Can I just lift this area? But can I stay away from Botox? Can I stay away from fillers? Can I stay away from lasers? And that's why PDO threads for me was never this up and down. It was always this constant procedure where people felt safe, they felt comfortable, and it gave them that lift, it gave them that collagen boost without all the other risk or all the other things that people were seeing out on the streets in regards to, wow, that person's lips are just way too big, that person's cheeks are just way too big, and it didn't fit how they naturally look. And that's the third part. So we've talked about the Easy Gel, we talked about the PDRN, Rejuran, we talked about Vamp, and then lastly is the PDO threads, which never went away from me. So I'm so glad the industry and our society is going more towards these natural treatments. Things are finally coming over from the Asian side, the Korean side, the Japanese side, the Thailand side, where it's about outward skin health and not just, wow, what can I throw on my face to make everything bigger and bolder? Because what have we seen on the other side of it? If you do aesthetics wrong, just like doing makeup wrong, just like having a style or a haircut that doesn't fit you, you can potentially look older than what you actually are. And what is the point of aesthetics? We talked about it. It's my goal to help you look as young as you feel. So once you start doing aesthetics and you're not following anatomy and you're not following sex, age, ethnicities, that's when you can really start changing the way you look in a way that you don't necessarily want. And that's why I'm so happy our trend, our market, and our society is starting to change to these all natural treatments. So definitely look into it. I'll link Easy Gel below, plenty of conversations on that. I'll link the physicians that I personally follow, and some of them are the medical directors of the companies that I train for. They have great information on it. So it's going to be Easy Gel, it's going to be Rejuran, it's going to be Vamp, and then lastly the PDO threads, which are still my personal favorites. And hopefully you will jump onto this bandwagon of all natural treatments.